and let me come and tell you a story, because I have this story that I'm really excited about sharing with you. Do you guys like mice? Have you ever seen a real mouse before?
They're in my house.
What sound does a mouse? They're in your house, oh dear. Yeah, they kind of go. Well, today's story is about a little mouse, and he was scurrying through the forest one day, and his tummy started grumbling, and he was like, "Oh, I'm so hungry." Well, fortunately for him, he turned the corner and peeked around the big giant tree, and he saw a huge piece of cheese. And he said, "Yes, I found something to eat." And he said, "It looks too good to eat, so I think I'm going to make it into a house." So the mouse went up to this big giant piece of cheese, and he said, "First thing I'm going to do for my house, I'm going to make a little door for myself so I can go inside." So the mouse nibbled and chewed and nibbled and chewed, and he made himself a little door. But the whole time he was nibbling and chewing, he thought, "This is really weird tasting cheese." So the mouse stepped back from his little, door making, and he looked at it, and he looked at his whole house, and he thought, "You know what? I love my new door, but what if my friend, the rabbit, wants to come and visit me? He won't be able to fit through this tiny little mouse-sized door." So he said, "I'm going to make a door for my friend Mr. Rabbit." So he nibbled and chewed and nibbled and chewed, and he made a larger door for his friend Mr. Rabbit. And the whole time he was nibbling and chewing, he thought, "Oh, no, not for you." He thought, "This is really weird tasting cheese." So then the mouse, he stepped back once again to look at his doors, and he said, "Oh, my mouse-sized door looks good. Now I have a door that's just right for Mr. Rabbit and his big tall ears. But something's missing." He went back inside the house and he looked around and he said, "You know what? It's really dark in here." So he said, "I'm going to make myself a window." So he nibbled and chewed and nibbled and chewed, and he made himself a little window. He decided to make it nice and large so that so much light from the beautiful forest could get inside. He nibbled and chewed and nibbled and chewed, and while he was nibbling and chewing, he thought, I know I'm making a mess, he thought, "Oh no, this is really weird tasting cheese." So he stepped back and he said, "You know what? My house is just right now." But he said, "You know what? I don't think that this house is cheese after all. It's a pumpkin!" Surprise! And that's the end of my story. Yay! Did you guys like that story?
Yes.
Did you see it coming? Did you know that it was going to be a pumpkin? Because the whole time it was like, it's weird tasting cheese. And I thought when I first heard this story, I thought, well, maybe it's Gouda cheese. Have you guys ever had Gouda cheese?
Maybe it was stinky cheese.
So yeah, stinky cheese, blue chease, or feta cheese. Those are all very flavorful cheeses that kids probably aren't too fond of. Or mice. But it was a pumpkin. So there you go.